Sadly, the video corrupted for our big 1v2 game against Illinois. But we would win that game after being down 16-10 at halftime. The game would go our way, with only letting up one touchdown in the second half. And Michigan would win that one. Here you see the stats. Let's go to the stats for Michigan. Carney, our big man, 7'9", 135, 2 touchdowns through the air. Netakara threw 4 picks. McMillan, 17 for 86 and a touchdown. And Bannon, 7 for 26 and a score on the ground. Today, we play for the Little Brown Jug against the Minnesota Golden Gophers. And Michigan gets ready to rock and roll. We are going to be awesome, hopefully in this one anyway, but it's time. It's time to go. Michigan, Minnesota, I will see you at halftime. Thanks for watching, everyone, and go Blue.
Welcome to Ann Arbor and the Big House, home to one of the most storied programs in college football and the first one to win 1,000 games, the Michigan Wolverines. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Minnesota Golden Gophers, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Golden Gophers will kick it off to get us underway. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Michigan Wolverines offense takes the field for the first time today. Historically, guys, Michigan has kept a death grip on the Little Brown Jug. Gophers hoping to put that thing in play today.
And you see that Little Brown Jug in the celebration after every Michigan-Minnesota game. And you're right, Michigan has had it for the majority of the time. Minnesota knows that. They got to do something about that today.
Yeah, Minnesota plays in a lot of trophy games, don't they? But this is one they would love to put in the trophy case a lot more consistently. To do that, they have got to match the intensity of Michigan in this game, and they have got to be more physical than what they've shown in recent years.
And running backs are so good, so talented, so elusive. You see nowadays they really have the ability to make you miss, run you over. Unbelievable effort. Nice job. You keep that going, it's going to be hard to stop.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He leaves it with his back. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. They have it at the 43, 3rd and short, trying to avoid making a decision on 4th down. Looking left. Pulls it in. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. The Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. He'll pull it on the read. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Michigan completely controlled this rivalry game last year and just took the jug away from the Gophers.
Listen, Michigan's a program at this point with recent success. They're thinking about national championships. We've seen them in the college football playoff here in recent years. This is a rivalry game against Minnesota that they're expected to dominate. Last year, David, they did.
Michigan, year after year, one of the winningest programs in all of college football. We expect them to be great. Always a tremendous challenge for Minnesota to try to get that Little Brown Jug.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. And here comes the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0.
great is it to know that if you can get the ball down somewhere close to the 40-yard line on your opponent's side of the field, you're walking away with at least 3 points because this dude is automatic.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Golden Gophers offense will get the ball for the first time. These two dudes who both come off the edge can wreck an offensive stage, Jesse.
Man, these quarterbacks better have an internal clock working today. If you hold on to the football, you are getting sacked.
Yeah, best athletes on the field are defensive linemen, and when you got guys like this that can get after the quarterback, points will be at a premium.
Got his man on the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Snares it outside. It's Blake. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Trying to find his man on first down. He makes the connection. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Golden Gophers will line it up on 1st and 10. From the gun, running back on the move. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Floats it out in space. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Forced out of the pocket. He'll pull it down and run. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking to move it through the air. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. Trying play action. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack.
What a great play. This guy is a force on this D-line. You think about Michigan football defensively, they've got dudes up front. Aiden Hutchinson, Brandon Graham, Mozzie Smith, Rashawn Gary.
And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
And this defense doing what it does best. Get after the quarterback. That's their 3rd of the day. They're #1 in the nation at getting the quarterback on the ground. That's why they've had such a successful unit.
And the Golden Gophers will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. On his way back from the 20. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important.
He'll take a deep shot here. And it's incomplete. Good play downfield by the DB. 2nd and 10 after the previous play. Power football with the run. Just a 1-yard gain leaves them with 3rd and 9. This rivalry dates back to 1892, but it was in 1903 that fielding Hurry-Up Yost was worried that Minnesota would contaminate his water supply, hence the start of the Little Brown Jug.
How about that, man? A little tampering back then. A little, you're gonna fix the game, mess with my players, and I think all those things. It's really cool to learn the backdrops, Jesse, of rivalries and how things are named the way they are, and why the hatred usually runs so deep.
And you know what's interesting is a lot of these players on the field right now, they probably don't have any idea of the history and how interesting that is. All they care about is adding another trophy to the trophy case, and they want the Little Brown Jug in that box.
Looking for a productive play on 1st down. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played one period. First down to start the drive after the break. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He rumbles all the way down to the 2-yard line. He gave them a little bit of everything on that one. And the Wolverines have it with a 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in. He's got it down to the 1-yard line, right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, this situation on the field, this defense has their hands full because this running back just seems to have a nose for the end zone. Of course, he scored his last.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wolverines. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and, slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
PAT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Utah is trailing right now, but it's only a couple of points. That quarterback just needs to show the poise of a young Alex Smith, and they are right back in this. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Houston. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us.
Hold it.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. From the gun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. Gets it out quickly. And they pick up just a few on that completion. The Golden Gophers want to move quickly. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
Well, this guy's become a bit of a problem for opposing offenses. In their last game, he had 2 sacks, and he's dominating again, getting his 1st sack in this game now. He right now is wrecking people's game plans, and this offense better find out how to slow him down.
This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. He wants to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. In the lore of the little brown jug, guys, it originally was just a water jug that Michigan wanted back, and Minnesota told him, well, come win it if you want it so badly.
Yeah, listen, I mean, it's not the...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
DB does an outstanding job here on the deep pass, locating the football. No PI, able to swat it away, pass incomplete.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And he'll take it in. They couldn't get him on the ground. Touchdown, Michigan. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. To the air on first down. Trailing now by 17, David. This is an opportunity that they need to answer.
And down by 17 is not panic mode yet. Like, I know we just gave up some points and our defense hasn't played great. I think this offense can still be who they are and stay consistent.
No doubt, lots of football to go, but you do get the feeling this is the time of game where, you know, it could get bad. If you don't score and all of a sudden they get the ball back, they take it down the field and put some points up, this thing might be over. So absolutely, this quarterback, he wants to drive this offense down the field and at least put something on the board.
Extending the play. He'll try to do it himself. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. And the Golden Gophers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Caught in the backfield, it's Blake. And he is run out of bounds as they go backwards there and just avoided the contact. And now on 2nd down for this offense. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Still running at the 40. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. The Golden Gophers racing to the line in the hurry-up.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Unloads to the wideout. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. Now on 2nd down. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Got a man in the middle. And he makes a completion there. Set up and in business at the 20. They're in uncharted territory here. Finally in the red zone. It took the whole 1st half. It's 1st and 10 from the 20. Moving out of the pocket. Headed to the end zone. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Minnesota!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
17, Minnesota, 7.
And he's going to try to return this one. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together. Snags it down the right side. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. After that last big gainer, they'll put it in play. 1st and 10 from their own 49. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense. That completion delivers a 1st down. Finds his big tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the 1st? Going to try to get it himself. He is brought down, but man, what a job to find some running room and move the chains.
It's so nice to be an offense on 2nd down in short yardage situations. Why? I can take shots. If I want to, I can just act like I'm going to run and try to get...
Unleashes one deep. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. The kickoff team out there and ready to go. From inside the 10, here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Gets it out fast. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. Looking to pass on second down. To the sideline, and he's able to tiptoe his way to a first down.
That's a great job by the wide receiver, understanding where the first down marker is. Don't mess around. Don't run 2 yards short. Get to the first down, catch the football, move the sticks, and get an extra set of downs.
We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Offense in a bunch formation. On second down, just keeps firing. Fires on the run. He's got it. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. Comes out throwing on first down. Feeling some heat. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking to throw on second down. Under heat, and he gets rid of it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Just enough time for one final play in this half. On third and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Heaves it into trouble, and he finds trouble with the pick. And
Michigan with the interception to end the first half. The Wolverines lead 24-7 at the end of one. The end of a half of play.
Gentlemen, seldom do the rational turn irrational the way they do. These two teams and fan bases get together with a little brown jug on the line.
The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense,
just causing wreckage in the secondary. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, you wonder if one of the adjustments they made at halftime, trailing in this game, was to try and get the ground game established, David, and they're off to a good start here.
Dang right. Stay patient. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to press. Just try to get scoring drives together. Don't abandon the run.
Makes the grab, and he's dragged down. And the Golden Gophers will hustle to the line. The play action fake. Catch in the middle. It's Blake. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down. The Golden Gophers come to the line with a new set of downs. These routes have some reads and adaptability built in, and the big fella found that cushion and made the play.
Man, it's so awesome how much offenses have evolved. They know exactly what they're getting, where to sit down, quarterback, tight end, on the same page, gets the first down.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Blake.
3rd and 2 for Minnesota.
Backer in pass coverage and bringing the big hit stick with him too. If every journey begins with a step, this offense needs to step into a 3rd down conversion and then try to turn it into some scores, and fast.
And he's going to get sacked 4th down.
Line of scrimmage, that'll be a loss of 3. And the Golden Gophers will call on their punt team. He won't be able to return this one as it goes out of bounds. Guys, here come those maize and blue wing helmets on offense. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive, because last drive he had way too much time to throw.
Good pick up there. He gets enough for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. On the option. He'll toss it. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
Those outside runs, if they can get the edge like they do, great job by the right guard, right tackle,
Michigan
getting the edge. And now what does this do? This makes cornerbacks come up and tackle. Safeties come up and tackle. As opposed to linebackers and big defensive players, you get your guy out in space where he can use his speed and his physicality against guys that usually cover and don't come up and make tackles.
At the 40, there he goes. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Michigan. And the beatdown has ensued. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Golden Gophers line up to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. A fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense is picked off. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's such a great job of seeing the play, seeing it unfold, breaking on the football, making the interception, and you will absolutely never forget getting that first career INT, that big play, that big moment.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Takes the easy throw in the flat. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down, get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back.
A shot toward the end zone. And that pass picked off. Really nice focus by this sophomore, and he jumped on his chance to make a play. Look, that interception is not the quarterback's fault. It's those dumb coaches for putting him in the game.
Putting him in that position in the first place, right? I'll tell you what, let's give the defenders...
He's going to let it go. And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there. After they couldn't connect, it's 2nd and 10. If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion. 3rd and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Gonna take a shot. And he makes the catch inside the 25. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. They almost took that thing end to end, but now they have to finish the drive with a score. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. And the Wolverines have this offense rolling. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the stomping has commenced. Michigan has dominated this rivalry over the years, and they will go so close to securing the jug again.
You look at Michigan on paper, and they have an advantage all over the place against Minnesota. It was a question of whether they could just stay out of their own way. If they eliminated the mistakes, we knew this was going to be a tall order for Minnesota, and Michigan just looks dominant.
Yeah, it stinks, but it is the facts. The facts are you're less talented in Minnesota, and you've got to play really, really well, especially in these rivalry games, and hope to catch Michigan on a bad day. But that little brown jug is inching towards Michigan's sideline now.
He thought about bringing that out for a half-second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you've got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
He wants to pass it on 2nd down. He's got it down the middle. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a big gain. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. Trying to get to him. A strike downfield. And how about that? What the doctor always ordered, an explosive play to the 40. And the Golden Gophers with the 1st and 10.
42 spot, alert!
They're going to run it. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter.
29 Philly, 2-9.
He'll do it himself. Running with power. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the 3rd period. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. He's going to pass. Can't connect on his first throw.
Well, the defense really stepped up in this game. They knew they had to slow down this passing attack. They knew they had some matchups they were going to have to win one-on-one. They've been able to do that, and as a result, they haven't allowed 200 passing yards in this game.
Able to make the tackle, but not before he gets 5 yards down to the 21. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this 3rd and short, they're still thinking touchdown. He's able to fight his way for a couple of yards, but it'll be 4th down and 3. The Golden Gophers are in the red zone. Takes a hit as he releases it and just spiked it right into the ground. On first down, here comes this offense. From the shotgun, the inside give. Nifty run there, pickup of 6 out to the 25.
And they say a quarterback's best friend is a good run game and a good running back. I think he agrees. Over 150 yards on the day. I don't even think I need a quarterback the way he's been running the football all game long.
Knocked down at the 31 after a gain of 5. And they'll line up from the 31 on first down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll switch it up here and look to throw. Heaves it on the run. Pulls it in inside the 10. Touchdown, Michigan! And the route is on. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. We check. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great college football matchup. Utah has the lead right now, but this Rice-Eccles crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over Houston. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Minnesota has it back, and the Gopher offense is headed onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and those are frustrating because you think you might get points and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Let's see what they've got on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his tight end.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
Oh, what a grab by the defense. Got room on the return. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
How about that? That's the first INT for this guy. Like, he's gone all throughout this year, taking care of the football, making plays, really building trust with his offensive coordinator. First mistake, hey, listen, put it behind you. You've had a great season so far, young man.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Smart move to keep it on the ground. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got his man downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a fresh set of downs. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. Second down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. The inside handoff. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many chunk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Got enough space. A huge pickup on the play before he goes out of bounds, but the question is, will it stand? There is a penalty marker on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Line gets set, first down.
Here we go.
Give to the running back. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry.
Well, there's a statement by the defensive line. First down play, expecting run, and they just dominated up front. Beat their one-on-ones and forced a tackle for a loss.
Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. Field goal is good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Minnesota offense is headed back onto the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today
He lobs one high down the left side. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Uncorks it. Another incompletion on third down. And the Golden Gophers will send out the punt unit. Makes a move. Oh, the sweet feet. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. And now one of the most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball. Fires one high and deep. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass? Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He's not afraid to go deep. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the pass is incomplete, but there is a flag on the field. Let's see if the offense gets a reprieve. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. He's looking to throw it. He wants a big play here late. Can't make the connection. Incomplete pass, and 1 second remains. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. A deep throw as the clock winds down. A sensational grab down the field there as they try to at least
Minnesota ends it with a touchdown, but Michigan great dominance again today, 48. What will be a 48-14 victory over the Golden Gophers, 48-14. Michigan on top, and they'll take the Little Brown Jug home once again.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a
Stats for
rivalry
you
game.
today.
We did,
George
and certainly
Kamara,
this was a
10 of
huge
18,
win.
317, 3 touchdowns, and a pick.
This is the rivalry you put a lot
McMillan,
of stock
15
in all
for
offseason.
165 with 3
this
scores.
game in particular, you go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody.
Stockton, 358. Baggin, 3 for 100 and a touchdown. Here, 2 for 123 and a touchdown. And Bigsby, 1 for a 16-yard touchdown.
And you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go on to the NFL. They'll be in locker
Michigan
rooms
had
next
3
year.
interceptions.
They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollock, our entire
3
broadcast
picks.
team, I'm
Sebastian
Reese
Oshak,
Davis.
NC,
This
Anthony
has
Bronco,
been another
and
presentation
Poker.
of EA
All
Sports
had
College
picks.
Football.
And Michigan dominates again. So, Michigan. In this final season of the Dynasty, we fall to numbers. Ew. What? Huh? Oh, Tennessee beat up on a ranked opponent. Okay, that does make sense. We beat up on little old Minnesota, but hopefully after we win this week, we will go back to number 1 as we scroll through the top 25, the college football playoff. Top 25, Ohio State to 16th in the rankings. They're having a pretty darn good rebound season. That game at the end of the year could be a fun one. But that'll do it for me. Thanks for watching. Michigan defeats Minnesota 48-14. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Hope you did enjoy it. Go Blue.